I have with me Mr. Amit Jatia, Vice Chairman of Westlife Development. Thank you so much for speaking to BloombergQuint. In the quarter, you've seen a very strong same-store sales growth. What was the reason behind that? And do we expect this to continue going ahead? And, what are the efforts that the company will take to ensure that you continue, posting these kind of numbers?
Sure. I mean, we are very pleased with the fact that we've been able to deliver our 8th consecutive quarter of same-store sales growth, and that to the highest number that we've seen at 8.7% in the last, 4 years. The other interesting thing is that this 8.7% is on top of the 3.4% that we did positive last year. I think the reason I'm quite confident about where we are is that this has been built on sustainable platforms rather than deals. Normally, when you give deals to the consumer, they will always look for another deal somewhere else that can be better. So for us to be able to retain and gain new consumers, what's worked for us is re-imaging, the investment we are making back in contemporary decor, the investment we made in McCafe. So now we have 121 McCafes. Our delivery app and the platform is working extremely well. Our continuous menu innovation has worked for us. But specifically, if you ask me what worked for us last quarter, it was our Happy Price combos. It is a nice upgrade from the original Happy Price meals that we used to have, or the Happy Price platform. Today, the consumer can select any product and make a meal out of it, and essentially it's at value. So that's helped us bring in more customers in more often. Again, because it's everyday value, I think it's sustainable, and therefore I think I'm quite positive that other than any economic things that might come in, we are pretty confident of maintaining our same-store sales growth.
Okay, but do we see it coming at these levels or even higher?
See, I've always maintained that mid-single digits is really where it's more sustainable. Last quarter was great because also footfalls into retail locations were good. A little bit of tailwinds come in. I'm pretty certain that we will edge back in and stay in this territory of 8+. But under normal circumstances, I think mid-single digit would be where we would be.
And how about your average ticket bill size of a consumer? How is that moving? Has that increased over a period of time?
So again, while we don't share specific details, the fact is that yes, it is moving up, primarily because now consumers say instead of a carbonated beverage is able to have a cold coffee where the price points are much higher. Also with desserts like McFlurry, McFlurry has resonated with the consumer again. So every time they finish a meal, there's a decent chance that they'll buy a McFlurry as well. So when they do that, the average check goes up. So yes, we've seen a decent trend of growth in average check as well.
Okay. Also, can you tell us what is your store addition plans for the whole financial year for McCafe and also for McDonald's?
So typically McCafe, we are adding about 30 to 40 McCafes a year. So we'll be on track with that. And we've been adding about 25 to 35 new restaurants a year, and we'll be on track with that as well.
Okay. How do we see your total net sales moving for this current year?
Well, this quarter it moved up sales alone moved up by about 15%. Total revenue was about 14%. So we are hoping to maintain this kind of a run rate for this year.
Okay. You're known for being present in West and South. Do we see you moving to any different parts of the country anytime soon?
I'm quite busy. I have to double my restaurant base. I have to double my base of McCafe. My delivery sales can triple. So we are quite busy with the territory and the area we are operating in. And we want to keep our eye on the ball. So you can see us in West and South at least for the near future.
Okay. Thank you so much for speaking to BloombergQuint.